Hello guys, so for the wait, I had to take care of a couple of things before I was ready to start here. Also sorry about the audio issues last time. Everything sounded fine to me, but I didn't know that you guys were actually getting double the audio because I forgot to mute the channel. And nobody told me! But again, sorry about that. So, attempt number 5. Let's try and push for sub 420. I mean, we should be able to easily save at least 6 minutes by not getting screwed over by Zibani later. I rather did a couple of safety items, so safety armor I should say, so things should hopefully go a little bit smoothly. Then again, just having auto raise equipped on eco should be enough actually, but guess we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's just hope we don't have any other screw-ups. And then everything should be peachy. Alright. Let's get the show on the road in... Oh, sorry. Something in my throat there. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know. Being a little sapped of strength today. Drained is the word I was looking for. So let's hope this will be a good run. I mean, I have to admit, I really like this speedrun. I think it's a lot of fun. Hello? This loading screen shouldn't take this long. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what was going on there. But I'm not gonna do it that way. No. It's just stupid time loss. I don't know why the loading screen took so long. It's just frozen. Alright, let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, this is looking better. I mean, otherwise you would have already lost like 30 seconds or so.
If you don't.
Ah, come on.
Just being. Oh.
Amount.
Moral.
Good job, game. Now I'm afraid of the loading screens. Awesome stuff. I mean, technically we could really run now, right? Not really. Not really, not at all. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I really like the run. I really do enjoy it. It's just a grinding session, man. Especially the first one. I mean, the second one is okay. The first grinding session in the sewers is like always just, you know, draining my enthusiasm just a little bit because I just quickly run out of stuff to say. And that is always a little bit unfortunate. But oh well. So the reason why I changed Ulan and Eco for Alec and Cress is basically because, well, Eco is a white mage. He's not gonna do a lot here, and we don't even have to heal. So I guess we can just go ahead and grab Kaden to actually deal some damage, and you know, make these first couple fights go by faster. And Alec and Ulan are kind of the same. Alec is just a little bit faster, and he actually has an ability that I want to use, which is the poison hit. So it just makes sense, I guess, to swap in here. When doing normal encounters, they're basically the same. The difference really comes in during the boss fights, though.
This ends
Also, this already feels painfully slow.
It's finished.
Gonna lie. Okay, let's see how the battles go in Pesca Strings here. So getting these tutorials.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me. No way.
This ends now.
How did she not kill the rat? Honestly.
We've got this.
Damn it, Chris.
My turn.
Put some actual effort into it, will ya?
My turn now.
Yeah.
What's going on with Chris? Why is she losing all these enemies alive with just a couple HP?
Learned your lesson?
Lady, answer for yourself.
It's battle time.
My turn.
These guys are already being faster than me, also it's leaving a bit of taste in my mouth. Alright, the sewers. Also, I should turn the battle notifications, not the battle notifications, the weakness things on, shouldn't I? And I forgot to do that.
Way.
Ah, come on, poison.
My turn now. This ends now.
Okay, there we go. That was a good hit.
Wonderful.
I guess I can just do that during the next menu. I don't need the indicators right here, right now. Okay, a little puzzle. Left, right, done.
Mission complete.
It's battle time.
My turn. Feel the fear.
I'll take you all on. This ends now. Hiya!
Okay, I can't use Dagmar.
Leave it to me.
Because I need his SP for the boss, and Kaden wasn't yet strong enough to kill them with magic. Not a great start. Okay, getting the first ring power. Just the physical ring power. Which you can use to shoot these projectiles to activate the switches and also to freeze enemies. Sure, we use quite a bit over the course of the run.
We've got this.
My turn.
My turn
Kinda
now.
okay with this preemptive, actually.
This ends. Hiya! Wonderful.
Okay, gotta hit these four switches in order. Gonna hit the first one off screen.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me. Ow!
I'll take you all on. Great work.
These scaly peskers better not make more work for us.
Oh, really?
More information.
That cost me a lot of time.
We've got this.
My turn.
My turn now. Hiya!
Leave it to me.
Great work.
Not a lot of good encounters. I nearly forgot to hit that switch, not gonna lie. I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad because I would come back here in a second anyway. I'm just gonna go grab this chest, but still. Okay, I'm gonna face the first boss in just a moment here.
We've got this.
Ah, come on, really? Another encounter with these?
I'll take you all. This ends now. Hiya!
Oh, come on.
Leave it to me. Feel the fear.
My turn now. Hiya!
The fact you can only kill these with magic is just so... Anyway, settings... Yeah, this was kind of slow all in all, I think.
It's battle time.
Anyway, let's see how we can handle this.
Let me help.
So she's weak against lightning and light,
I'll take you
and we
all
can also
on.
poison her. That is why we brought Alec.
This ends now.
Thunder!
Poison doesn't do a whole lot, but it definitely helps still.
I'm ready. Light.
My turn now. This ends now.
Ah, come on, people. Probably overkill. Yep. Normal cast would have been sufficient. Don't stun him.
Let me help.
Thank you.
Light.
I'll take you all on. This ends now.
Oh no, I did use all my FP.
I'm ready. Light.
My turn now.
She's probably gonna try this turn.
This ends now.
Go. Ah. We saved a little bit of time, but I didn't really think we saved a lot of time, because I think last time we got more SP on the way here. So that would save way more time. Guess we'll see. But yeah, that was the first boss. Nice two-phase encounter.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna get introduced to the game's minigame. Huh? When did I use the elevator? Oh, don't tell me if you mash the button here, you can actually hit the elevator again. Okay, I guess that is new. Alright, so this is Jaster. Game's minigame. It's a bit like Triple Triad. You place these tokens around this board. trying to hit weaknesses and stuff. I should have turned that around just a little bit there. I guess I'm gonna lose. Yeah.
Go wreak havoc on your own town.
Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. Could have gotten an elixir out of it. But not exactly needed. I would just sell it anyway if I would get the chance. I mean, it does sell for 5,000 lums, but yeah, I'm not. I don't need it. You know, it's not necessary. It's just nice to have should we run into a little bit of a money problem. Though I do think now that I've rerouted stuff a little bit, I will pick up one of the accessories in Ares Temple a little bit later on. But we'll also see about that. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a Nove and a Mesotherium and 2 Pavis shields and 3 shell shields.
Come back anytime.
Yeah, finally remember that, right? Hooray! And from here we're gonna make our way through the swamps to Pisca's Temple. And then we're gonna have our first grinding session, which will take a long while, so yay! Gonna start explaining more about the game and the run when we get there, because I will have enough time to do so. Way more than enough time, actually. Yeah.
Ancient temples always are.
Why don't you just ignore our betrayal?
No! Where's the harmony in that?
Yeah. Switch back to Caden. Go back to the sewers. And now we're gonna grind the sewers about 25 times. Just going back and forth through it, fighting enemies.
My turn.
Yeah. I'll take you all on.
This ends.
Hiya!
And the reason we do that is we're gonna face 3 bosses in Pisca's Temple. And they're all pretty brutal for this part in the game. Like, personally, I think they are balanced a little bit poorly, actually. Because they are just that hard, because of the abilities that they have. And if I were just to rush in there right now, they would absolutely slaughter me. And they might still do that after the grinds. That is how tough they are. But yeah, so why do I do the grind? I mean, you know, I just said as much because of the bosses, but the reason is also because of the game's progression system. It's a JRPG at heart, so you get your usual, you know, items, money, and experience for level ups, which of course will make you stronger, but you also get SP, and you can spend these SP on the game's Ascension tree. And you can think of the Ascension tree as basically the sphere board from Final Fantasy X. Kind of works the same way. Instead of spheres, you're spending SP to move along.
It's battle time. My turn.
And the way that works is, if I were to gain a level up, which you can gain in addition to stuff on the Ascension tree, you will get maybe, you know, a point in strength, maybe 2 per level up. Whereas on the Ascension tree, you can grab a node that costs you about 100 SP or so, and increase your strength by 20. So that's basically round about, you know, 10 levels of strength.
No way.
And you gain basically 1 SP from every single enemy in the game except bosses and other special enemies. So the fastest way to gain SP is to just grind easy enemies that you can kill in one hit. So just a lot of low level monsters instead of fewer high level ones. So the best place for us to grind SP in the whole game is where we can fight a lot of, you know, weak monsters that we can kill in a single turn or so, and do that over and over again. And the only place we can do that right now is in these sewers.
It's battle time.
I need a total of 345 SP before I will continue on here. Because not only can we grab stat increases on the Ascension tree, that's also where we will go ahead and grab all of our abilities, you know, like spells and double attacks and similar stuff.
My turn.
Here.
I'll take you all on.
And I do need quite a few things.
I knew we'd win.
In order to be able to progress at a steady rate through the game here.
We've got this.
Leave it to me. Why?
Why indeed.
Way. Learned your lesson?
Yeah. Was there anything else that I wanted to say about SP? I don't think so.
My turn.
I'll take you all on.
So I'm starting to really hate these enemy compositions. Because they're not allowing me to drain my SP evenly across the team. God, I totally lost my train of thought here.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me. Feel the fear.
It's finished.
Yeah, so in order to get the 345 SP that I need, I will have to go through this motion, killing these 4 encounters over and over again about 25 times. So it's about 100 battles that I have to get through in order to have enough. This is basically the best encounter that we can get, these 5 red encounters, because what they can do is the rally call. And what that does is it basically summons another red for me to kill, to get another SP from. Still, I don't want to stay in this encounter and wait for them to call for reinforcements, because they won't always do that. They have a chance of doing that. It's probably, I want to say, 35% or so. 33%, because they have 2 other attacks that they can do, and I guess they all have an equal chance of appearing. And on top of that, the rally call can also fail, so it's not even if they use it, there isn't a 100% chance that a backup may show up. So instead, what I want to do is, if I fight this encounter, if I get it, I will kill any rat that they summon, obviously, but I won't stay in the encounter and wait for them to repeatedly do that. It would save on, you know, animations of getting into a fight and out of it, but since it's a random chance for them to summon reinforcements, it would just be slower in the end anyway. And again, we're not going to the swamps where there would be
My turn.
fewer but harder enemies, which we could get more money and stuff from, because the fights would take us longer to do.
It's finished.
Okay, so we are nearly done with our 4th round, and I'm starting to be out of MP, so I will go to town after this run here. Also, these are the worst encounters with just 1 enemy, because they're getting the whole opening and closing animation, and you're just getting 1 SP out of the fight. It's utterly atrocious.
My turn.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya!
I know of all these are
I knew we'd
not
win.
good fights, not at all. don't think. Like, it's just really weird composition this time around. Anyway, we're going to the marketplace because I want to go ahead and actually grab a side quest that we will complete over the course of the run. We will finish it kinda near the end, but it is providing us with some pretty good equipment that we can get. And well, theoretically we could buy the things that we get from the quest, but they are really expensive, so I would have to grind for money as well, and yeah, no.
Leave it to me. Feel it here.
I think Kaden can kill these now, right? Yes, you can. Okay. I probably should have used focus with him, because I don't know if Crest can kill them, and she can't, of course. Okay, let's just go ahead and
My turn.
do that again then. She barely was able to. If I just would have used focus with Alec there, that would have done it. Anyway, let's talk about the focus point system in the game. So the focus points you can see in the upper right and left corners of the screen in a fight. The upper right corner being my focus points, and the upper left, the blue ones, are the enemy's focus points. You gain focus points by hitting the weakness of an enemy, like an elemental weakness, and you gain 2 FP for doing that. If you're going to hit a resist, you lose 1 FP. If you hit a nullification, you lose 2, and if you hit an absorption, you lose 5. What you can do with SP is that on every character's turn, you can spend up to 4 SP to increase the effectiveness of whatever you're doing by up to 200%. So every FP, every focus point, is worth a 50% increase in a skill's effectiveness. So if I were to use a fire spell, every FP would increase its damage by 50%. Which is pretty good. Fire. As you might be able to imagine. So the way for us to go fast in this game is basically to know the enemy's weaknesses and really abuse them.
It's battle time.
My turn.
So
that is exactly what I'm
no way.
trying to do here.
Ow.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya.
So I don't know, we're just getting some really weird encounter. I don't know. It's really weird today.
Finished.
Yeah. So that is what we can do with FP. Now we can't transfer FP across battles. We always start at 1 FP whenever we get into a new fight. So there is no reason to store them up or collect them beforehand or whatever.
Wonderful.
It's another nice thing that the game does is we always passively regenerate HP. So if we are in a dungeon, we are basically never of fear of running out of HP, because if we're just staying on the map screen here, we will passively regenerate it until we are full. There's no cap to it or anything. So that basically allows us to chain fights pretty fast. However, we don't regenerate our MP, so if we were to run out of MP, well, we would have to chuck some ethos or anything to start on regaining them. Hey Daisy Bar, how you doing? However, we do regenerate HP and MP if we are in town. So whenever I run out of MP, I will just quickly go back to town to passively regenerate that, because at the beginning of the run I don't have enough ethers to sustain the mana bars of my whole party.
This ends now.
But that is something that we will do later once we get a little bit more money. Also, you might have noticed that we do get a lot of potions and ethers and remedies and other stuff like that.
It's battle time.
Which is also another reason why we're actually grinding in the sewers here, because we need a lot of remedies over the course of the run. And these enemies happily provide us with them. Come on. Come on, guys. What?
Leave it to me.
Why are you leaving these enemies alive?
I'll take you all on.
It's bad. It's really bad. But since everybody regenerates HP and MP at the same rate, I kind of want to try and have Cresses, Dagmars, and Cadence MP at the same level,
My turn.
so that I don't have to wait for anybody to regenerate the whole MP again.
My turn now.
Of course, that doesn't always exactly work out, but you know, we're trying.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me.
No way. Yes.
Not fighting a lot of rats, which is starting to concern me a little bit. But that was 7 runs. So after this, we will be after this one, we will be 1/3 done with our grind here.
Great work.
Probably have to go back to town after this one though, because I'm really starting to be low on MP.
It's battle time.
Especially if we keep getting fights like these.
Leave it to me.
My turn now.
Hiya! Great work.
I mean, the Tupas, these enemies that we have to kill with magic because they have ridiculously high physical resistance, or defense rather, not resistance, is that they have a chance of dropping
It's
ethers,
battle time.
but
My turn.
Yeah.
I'll take you all.
so I think I'll have to try and kill them on attacks, and of course I take a whole lot of them to kill them.
Leave it to me.
I only 8 HP left. Guess I can kill them with just physicals after the next level up or so.
You've got this.
Yeah, God, of course, another one of these encounters.
Ow. My turn. Ha!
My turn now.
This ends now.
Nah. Yeah, I should have gone for him.
Leave it to me.
Come on, people, just kill these enemies. What is wrong with you today? Anyway, that was 8 runs, so we're gonna go back to town. And also... Oh, yeah, doesn't matter. Once we go to the marketplace, we're just quickly gonna go back to Oath and turn in the first part of the quest that we did. Just so that we have that out of the way. And in the meantime, everybody regenerate their MP, so we can go back into the sewers and continue grinding! Woo! So another thing to note is that every character starts out as a base job. For example, Kaden, the bird girl there, is an explorer. Dagmar, the guy in the back, is our sorcerer, and Alec, the guy in front, is our soldier. Now these jobs are unique to their characters. No other character can get those. However, everybody can get 3 more jobs: a main job, a sub job, and a support job.
Leave it to me. Why?
I'll take you all.
This ends now.
Hiya!
And boom. Well, thank you, Dagmar. And the way you get these jobs is by completing the game's temples. Now, the 1st to 4th temple that we complete
It's battle time.
will get us our main job
My
quests.
turn. Why?
The 5th to 8th temple will get us our sub-job quests, and the 9th to 12th temple that we complete will get us our support job quests.
We've got this.
Why do I keep getting this encounter?
No way.
I'll take you all.
Sorry, but this is starting to really annoy me.
Now.
Nice shot.
Really annoying me. And every character gets a choice of 3 jobs to put into the main sub and support job. Now, for example, Alec, the guy in front, he can be a warrior, a wushu, which is a kind of monk, and an assassin. And if I were to make him a main job warrior, I would be able to still choose between a wushu and an assassin for the sub or support job. Now, he can't be a warrior for all 3 jobs at once. So you basically have to make a choice which, main job, sub job, and support job you want which job to be, so to say.
Leave it to me.
Now the difference between a main, sub, and support job is that a main job basically gets access to all of a job's skills and abilities, whereas a sub job only gets access to a job's abilities, like spells and special attacks, and the support job only gains access to a job's passive abilities, which the sub job does not gain access to. And so you have to make a hopefully informed choice of which job you want to give to which character. Now, not every character can get every job, as I just explained, because the 3 job selection that we have is unique for each character, although some jobs do overlap.
I'll take you all on.
So for example, both Alec and Cress are able to become warriors,
Great work.
and both Cress and Ulan are able to become guardians, and so on and so forth. And a big part of the speedrun is getting our characters to a specific job at a specific point in the game. Because, getting a main job is a very powerful transition, as you might be able to imagine.
We've got this.
And yeah, the encounters we're getting are absolutely atrocious. I'm just getting single enemies now, which is a huge waste of my time. I don't like that. Now this is the encounter that I want to see.
My turn.
In a perfect world, I would just get this one over and over and over again. It's absolutely magnificent what they're doing right here, summoning more rats for me to slaughter. So, yeah, please keep it up. But again, I don't want to stick around here, I still want to just go ahead and kill them.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
My turn.
Why?
My turn now.
This ends now.
It's finished.
I'm starting to get really salty about my characters missing as of late. Because they're doing it so often.
Leave it to me. Feel clear.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Fire.
Wonderful.
Alright, so after this run, we will be halfway through the grind. This is generally the point where I start to run out of things to say for the moment.
My turn now.
This ends now.
Because we haven't exactly progressed far into the game, so there's not a lot to talk about at the moment. I'm just trying to talk about as much as I can and explain the mechanics and whatnot, so I don't have to do that later, because once we're done with the grind, the run will progress at a pretty fast pace, and that's always nice. It's just a run that is an absolute pace killer at the beginning.
It's battle time.
Also these fights, man.
Feel clear.
I don't think I've ever faced this many 2-pars
No way.
back to back before. I hate it.
Whoops.
Are you serious? 1 HP.
Leave it to me. Feel the fear.
My turn now.
God, this is some bad luck. Do they really have 236 HP?
My turn. Wait.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
This was a preemptive, right? Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Gonna kill him normally to save a little bit on MP, so I can chain maybe another run. Then to go back to the town and regenerate MP.
It's battle time.
My turn.
My turn now.
Yes.
Fire.
I mean, don't get me wrong, these are kinda good encounters to have because we're facing 4 enemies.
We've got this.
Leave it to me.
Which gives me quite a bit of SP, but still.
Hiya!
It also means that I have to use MP every single time.
I knew we'd win.
I'd rather face 5 rats.
It's battle time.
Or 3.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, that is what I want.
My turn now.
This ends now.
My turn.
I'll take you all on.
Maybe I do have to start looking into how to make this grind
Leave it
go
to
by a
me.
little bit faster.
Why?
God, this poison attack just takes so long. Like the animation is just unnecessarily long even. Anyway, that was 13 runs. A little bit more than halfway done now. Just good. So we have 187. It's a bit more than half. So more grinding.
It's battle time.
My turn. Why? Ow!
I'll take
Because
you
you
all on.
suck, Kaden, that's why. God damn it. Stop missing people. Just stop.
We've got this.
Stop.
Leave it to me.
My turn now.
This ends now.
Critical is good.
Fire.
I mean, obviously, we're also getting quite a bit of money to be able to afford equipment for later.
It's battle time.
My turn. Feel the fear.
I'll take
Okay,
you all
maybe I should take the opportunity to actually talk about what's coming up in the run. So, I said at the beginning that I'm doing this to also be able to quickly progress through Pisca's Temple, which is the next dungeon that we have to go through in this story, and it's brutal bosses. Now, I don't think I've talked about why they actually are so brutal, and basically comes down to 2 things, or 2 different things on the different bosses. And the first thing is that 2 of the bosses have abilities that hit your whole party. So we do want an ability to, well, heal our whole party, which we need, and that we have to obviously grind SP for. But that move doesn't only hit your whole party, it also has a chance of confusing everybody. And that is just ridiculous. I mean, obviously you can, or the confusion ends if you use an item or hit, or they get hit. But still, having your whole party confused against one of the first bosses of the game is just... What?
Learned your lesson?
And the even worse thing is that one of the other bosses has an ability to stun your whole party. Now, stun, as you can imagine, makes you lose control of the character. He won't be able to act for 3 turns, so I think it's even 4 turns. And it hits your whole party. So it can stun your whole party, and you just stuck it there, taking hits over and over and over again. With absolutely nothing for you, or no way for you to defend against it. Because yes, there are accessories in the game that block these status effects, but you can only get a single confusion guard ring, which we found here in the sewers.
We've got this.
And
My turn. Yeah.
I think you can buy more.
This ends now.
I think it's either confusion guard rings or stun guard rings, but there is still one status effect that you cannot defend against at all. But then again, these accessories also cost 10,000 lumps each. So we would need 4 of those to have our whole party be guarded. And even after, once I'm done with this grind, I will only have about 20,000 lumps. So I could buy 2 of those, and the hour of grinding that I've done here would be done. You know, all the money would be spent. So there is just no way for us to have those accessories. It's just not a thing that's gonna happen.
It's finished.
And that is also why we have to just be more powerful, so we can actually live through those abilities.
It's battle time.
No way. Leave it to me.
My turn now.
I mean, other than that, you can just, you know, cross your fingers that you don't get afflicted by those status effects from the attacks.
We've got this.
But that isn't exactly a good strategy, you know, is it?
My turn.
But then again, it might be appropriate for a JRPG speedrun.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Leave it to me.
It's battle time.
My turn.
Great work. We've got this.
Yeah. Okay, so that was already on our 17th run here, so we're about 2/3 done with the grind by this point.
My turn now.
Great
Obviously, it's still gonna take us a little while.
It's battle time.
My turn.
Especially if you keep on encountering these guys.
I'll take you all on. Wonderful.
We've got this.
Leave it to me.
Now, the poison is the attack that you absolutely do not want to see these rats use, not because it's a strong ability, it just takes a ludicrous, or the animation takes a ludicrous amount of time
I know.
to resolve. But of course they keep using it.
We've got this.
Leave it to me.
I'll take you all on.
Wrong target.
This ends now.
Again, I'm trying to keep all of my characters at about the same MP level, so they will regenerate back in town at about the same time.
It's battle time.
I will be finished regenerating at about the same time once we are in town again.
Learned your lesson?
It's battle time.
Ow! Leave it to me.
My turn now.
That was 18.
We've got this.
Oh, it's going to be 18.
My turn.
I'll take you all on.
Look,
Think I can squeeze in one more? Let's try for one more.
We've got this.
leave it to me.
My turn now.
Yes.
My turn.
Wonderful.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me. Feel clear.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Hiya! My turn.
Phew. We've got this.
Leave it to me.
This is
Feel
kind of bad.
My turn now.
This ends now.
Hiya!
I mean, I should still be able to fight one more fight. I'll definitely have to go back to 10 after this one.
It's battle time.
Yep, especially if it's these enemies.
My turn. Feel clear.
I'll take you all on.
I mean, I guess at least it worked out. Because everybody is pretty much spent at this point. Alright, let's see. How much SP do we have? 248, so I need about 100 more. It's not good. Actually, this is pretty bad.
It's battle time.
Ow! Leave it to me.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya!
Wonderful.
Because I'm only supposed to do about 6 more rounds.
We've got this.
My turn.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Fire.
Phew. We've got this.
So I think this was the worst grinding session that I've had so far.
My turn now.
I mean, I'm not done yet. Things can still kinda turn around, but I'm not expecting them to.
It's battle time.
Especially not if I keep getting 2 enemies per encounter or even 1.
take you all on.
I knew we'd win.
So that was 20.
Leave it to me. Tough.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya!
Fire.
Learned your lesson?
We've got this.
Yeah, this is the encounter that I want. And I've basically not gotten it ever.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Leave it to me.
My turn now.
Great work. It's battle time.
Getting a lot of this shit though.
My turn. Feel the fear.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Leave it to me.
Can she even kill these with just... No.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya!
She just focus with Dagmar.
We've got this.
My turn. Ow!
Ah!
This ends now.
Leave it to me.
It's finished.
Yeah, the early game is just painfully slow.
It's battle time.
My turn.
I took the wrong enemy.
No way.
My turn now. Wonderful.
We've got this.
Leave it to me.
And of course they're missing on the rally call.
No way.
This ends now.
Oh, it's just garbage.
My turn.
My turn now.
We've got this.
Leave it to me. No way. Ow!
I'll take you all on.
Yes.
Fire.
Great work. We've got this.
Stop giving me this encounter, please. I've had enough. Like, seriously.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya!
It's finished.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me. Why?
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
I knew we'd win.
So after some runs, I was able to leave here after this run because I already had enough SP. This is definitely not the run where this is going to happen.
No way.
Meh.
My turn.
My turn now.
This ends.
Hiya! Learned your lesson?
So we have to go the full distance of 25. And maybe even more. And that is somewhat of a scary thought.
It's battle time.
Because that tells me that
Leave it to me.
this grind was absolute trash.
I'll take you all on.
This ends.
You can also kind of see it on our MP spread. Like Cress and Dagmar are pretty much out, whereas Caitlyn has barely used any of hers. So we're getting a really crappy combination of encounters.
Got this.
My turn.
Oh boy.
Wonderful.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me.
It's battle time.
Oh, come on guys, I need more rats. I've had it with this one.
My turn. Ta!
My turn now.
This ends now. It's battle time.
Leave it to me. Feel the fear.
I'll take you all on.
Hiya! Learned your lesson?
So I'll have to go to town after this one.
We've got this.
That's just insane.
My turn.
All these damn apes.
My turn now.
This ends now.
Hiya! I knew we'd win.
At least those were worth 2 SP. 309. 40 more. So there's at least 3 more runs. Normally this would be the last one.
We've got this.
Oh hey, we're getting the encounter we need.
Leave it to me.
Well, I would get this like 4 times in a row. It would be good.
I'll take
Not
you
like
all
that, not that they're all just attacking. Oh god.
My turn.
This is just
My
cursed.
turn now.
Learned your lesson?
Wonder if there's any way to manipulate encounters.
It's battle time.
Leave
Because
it
if
to
there
me.
is, I'm doing it wrong.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Hiya!
It's finished.
Yeah, this will probably be the slowest grind I've had yet.
We've got this.
My turn.
Just not getting the
My
things I
turn
need.
now.
This ends now.
Leave it to me. Great work.
So normally it would be done after this fight, at the latest.
Got this.
And not with all the frickin' monkeys that I have to fight here. What the hell?
Wait.
I'll take you all on.
Yeah.
Fire.
It's battle time.
Let's see, they're probably not gonna call for help.
No way. Ah,
Oh, one did.
My turn now.
Cool.
This ends now.
my turn. Why?
I'll take you all on.
Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, more of these, please.
We've got this.
None of these.
My turn.
I fed it with these.
My turn now.
Hiya!
I knew we'd win.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me.
Hey, we're gonna lose minutes here.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
My turn.
Wonderful.
Minutes.
We've got this.
Especially like
Leave
this.
it to me. Feel the fear.
Oh, God. Okay, actually, we only need 5 more. Somehow.
We've got this.
My turn. No way.
Hey!
Hiya!
It's finished.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me.
Where were you guys the whole time? Huh? Where were you?
Ow.
I'll take you all on.
Yes.
I don't need you anymore. At least not in these
My
quantities.
turn.
God, stop using poison. It's embarrassing.
My turn now.
Great work.
Okay, oh God. Quite done yet. Gonna equip all the things that we bought. And then go to the Ascension tree and grab a bunch of stuff. So this is where we get a lot of spells and stat increases and whatnot. Oh. Right. Okay, can finally continue the run after having lost nearly 4 minutes. Funny thing is, the run is nearly already dead in the water. I mean, I know I can save about 6 minutes or so, but I've already lost 4 of those due to atrocious RNG in the beginning during the grind. I almost don't want to continue here.
Let me help.
What am I doing?
I'll take you all on.
This guy's weak to lightning. And I wanted to use Omni Water. Just keep on using Omni Water, dude, please. Don't ever use anything else.
I'm ready.
Deck, we're not getting any fitness procs, because of course not.
My turn now.
This ends now.
Why am I not using the X-Blade? God. Oh, I'm totally out of it at this point. Yeah, rolling, man. This is a confusion attack. And of course it hit everybody. Crap.
All yours.
Oh, I also forgot to equip the confused ring on
This ends.
Dagmar. Shoot. Oh, this is already fucked beyond belief. I could have killed him with press. Because of course I could have. Oh man. Oh god. I mean, I've got through the grinding session, so I kinda want to continue, but this is already heavily stacked against me here. Okay, coming up, the absolute worst fight in the game, I want to say. Let's see if we can get through it.
We've got this.
Of course she uses Omni Stun. Yeah, that is what I was talking about.
I'm ready.
I can basically go ahead and kill myself if I'm not able to win this one.
My turn now.
I'm so sorry.
This ends now.
Since they are doing an absolute worst job at it, I'm just gonna do it myself.
We've got this.
Focus is okay, I don't care about focus. I just gotta hope that they don't confuse a lot of our people. Okay, perfect.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
I'm ready.
My turn now.
This ends now.
Okay, Fierceness, finally. So Fierceness is a passive ability that we got for Dagmar. And what it does is it gives them a 50% chance
This ends
that whenever he is casting a single target spell and hits a weakness, he has a 50% chance to cast the same spell again at no additional cost.
Underestimate us.
So while it doesn't quite double our damage output, it increases it by quite a bit. Already nearly lost 5 minutes, so this run is basically dead already. No, go to the right.
What do we have here?
Gonna go back to town to regain our MP because another boss coming up.
What do we have here?
Hey, it's this guy again.
It's battle time.
I'm ready.
Same exact fight.
My turn now.
Thunder!
How many orders good?
Let me help. All yours. Here we go.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
This is bad. Very bad. Because here comes phase 2.
I'm ready. All yours. Here we go.
My turn now.
I'm so sorry.
She doesn't even have that move, does she?
Thunder! Go!
Oh, it confused him again.
Sorry.
I'm a fool.
It's battle time.
Yep, and this is why this fight is bullshit.
My turn now. Like that.
This ends now.
Thunder! Thunder!
I'm ready. All yours. Here we go.
I'll take you all on. Like that.
This ends now.
Ha! Ha!
Go!
Here we go.
My turn now.
Thunder! Go!
I'm a fool.
We've got this.
Let me help.
Hi there, Wojtek.
I'll take you all on.
Great.
This ends now.
Absolutely fantastic.
I'm ready. All yours. Here we go.
My turn now.
Just giving the other speedrunners a chance, very noble. I guess so. Yeah, sure, dude. Just take 3 turns in a row.
This ends.
Absolutely no problem with that.
It's battle time.
Let me help.
I'll take you all on.
How does he take 3 turns in a row, though? 2 I could understand, but 3? That shouldn't be happening.
Thunder. Thunder.
I'm ready. All yours. Here we go.
My turn now.
How much damage can Nick and Chris deal with that? Why does he transform here? He's still at health. Oh, because of the poison. Right.
Let me help. All yours. Here we go.
I'll take you all on.
So I guess the poison must have messed something up last time too.
This ends now.
Thunder. Go.
I'm ready. All yours. Here we go.
My turn now.
Thunder.
Let me help. All yours. Here we go.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Yeah, this one is dead. There's absolutely no point in continuing this. Okay, let me check something. Ah, what am I doing? You know what? No, I can work with that.
We should fight the noises in town more often. It feels nice to be praised.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly try something out.
Nailed it. Go wreak havoc on your own town.
I just want to try out
Demigods of the three.
how quickly we really can kill things in the swamps. Maybe I was actually mistaken and it is faster to just stay in the swamps and farm there instead of the sewers. How much speed do I need on Dagmar to get Omnifire? That is 15, 35, 50, 85.
We've got this.
I'm ready.
How quickly can I kill these guys?
My turn now.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Let me help.
I'll take you all on.
Hiya! Phew.
What have I given Crest Nyx Blade?
Just shut up and walk.
We've got this.
Leave it to me. Feel the fear.
My turn now.
No way. My turn. Feel the fear.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
What if I give Crest Umber Blade? Probably don't have enough for that, but Umber Blade is there. Okay, that definitely takes a while to get.
battle time.
Leave it to me.
My turn now.
This ends now. Hiya!
Fire.
My turn. Here.
I'll take you all on.
Hiya!
Welcome. Come back anytime.
We've got this.
Leave it to me. Feel here.
My turn now.
This ends now. Hiya!
Thunder.
My turn. Feel here.
I'll take you all on.
Learned your lesson?
I don't know if this is faster. Doesn't feel faster.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me.
Especially not if you're fighting these guys.
My turn now.
This ends now. Hiya!
Because only Dagmar can really kill them.
Thunder.
My turn.
I'll take you all on.
Yes!
Wonderful.
And I mean, if they was those would be worth 3 SP, 2 SP a pop. How did I get 4? There were 3 enemies.
We've got this.
Leave it to me. Feel here.
My turn now.
This ends now. Yeah!
My turn. Feel here.
More.
We've got this.
Could you stop killing him, please?
Feel here.
I'll take you all on.
My turn. Feel here.
And I know this doesn't feel worth it. But maybe once I have Omnifire.
It's battle time.
For these encounters here.
Leave it to me. Ha! Why?
My turn now.
This ends now.
Hiya! My turn. Yeah.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Are those guys actually worth 2 SP? No. Strange. But yeah, this takes way too long.
Leave it to me. Feel clear.
My turn now. Hey!
This ends now.
Oh, they are weak against fire as well. Well, that makes matters easier. Or more.
It's battle time.
My turn. Feel clear.
I'll take you all on.
This ends now.
Hiya!
What
Thunder.
Leave it to me.
great work?
Oh, this I forgot he's way too slow to be of any use.
My turn. Garden.
My turn now.
Fire.
It's finished.
No, this simply isn't working. I mean, there's nobody else who has any Omni abilities in the beginning, right? Multiple hit. She only has single target abilities. Takes way too long to get Omniforce. See how much damage Omni multiple hit deals.
It's battle time.
No way! Leave it to me. Guard it.
I'll take you all on. Yeah. Hey. Why? Why?
Meh.
I knew we'd win.
We've got this.
My turn. Guard it.
My turn now.
This ends.
Leave it to me.
I'll take you all on.
Learned your lesson?
This is just... Nah.
It's battle time.
Especially if you just get this fight.
We've got this.
Leave it to me.
We've got this.
My turn.
No, the game is just messing with me.
It's battle time.
Leave it to me.
Maybe I should actually do this at the sewers if I, get the single encounters or something. Oh, of course, now we get that.
My turn. Guarding.
My turn now.
Yeah, they're all faster than Dogma as well.
Leave it to me.
Wonderful.
Yeah. How about it, guys? Should we switch to Darkest Dungeon? I think I'm in the mood to play some Darkest Dungeon. It's a more cheerful game than this. Oh, God. Man, now I don't think I'm gonna do just that. Ah! Let's kill this. I mean, I normally don't do this, but really, there was just no point in continuing this at all. Like, there was no way for me to save up on that time. It was just bad that it happened after we did the grinding session, which was the most boring part. You know, sometimes that's just the way it's gonna be, isn't it? I just hope I wasn't just lucky with how the grinding sessions normally went there.